About 22 hours have passed since I made my mind-blowingly awesome proclamation.
Hello?
Hello guys and girls, Voices from the Dark here. Time to see if we can fulfill Lukaku's wish. Luka enters the lab shyly, just as he did yesterday. He gives me a bashful smile when our eyes meet. It was romance at first sight. I mean, what? Friendship at first sight.
Mom had a pager. Yay, that's great, Luka-kun.
Now we can proceed with the experiment. Luka's chic girl version will definitely be Moe. Mayuri, Kurisu, and Daru are already on standby. Sending a dmail to a pager. Yesterday we argued about whether it's even possible. Eventually we settled on probably. Data is data after all. The rest depends on the pager radio wave stations 8 years ago, but should be fine as long as our data gets through safely. We already googled how to send data to a pager. For the pages back then, you would first enter the other person's pager number, then, if in the Kanto region, enter *2*2. After that, you would enter the numbers to send. That's how it worked apparently. Pagers in 1992 could still only send numbers. Phone number display functions were also yet to be implemented, so your number was hidden from the other person by default. A few years after that, pagers started to implement Japanese character displays, enabling functionality similar to that of email. Therefore, Mr. Phone, I think somebody's trying to send me into the past with some messages through dmail here. The dmail Lukaku's about to send, it's technically not a mail, though, has to be sent in numerical form. Naturally, I have a conversion table for that on hand. You can find information even from 18 years ago if you just Google it. I was pretty worried by the lack of information on pagers at first, but that's my little secret.
Urushibara-san, you need to think about what to send to your mother in the past. I do?
If you want to grant your wish, then you must open the door with your own hands. We can only show you the way.
I understand.
We explained to Lukaku the function of the phone wave, names subject to change. The numbers we're sending are 1-byte characters, so we can send 36 of them. The pager's number-to-letter conversion system uses 2 numbers to correspond to 1 Japanese character. Furthermore, since you first need to input *2*2, that means you can only send 16 hiragana characters. Lukaku, understanding everything, takes out a notebook to begin writing drafts for the pager message. I show Lukaku the site I found. It reads pager number and letter conversion. Pager typing is commonly known as two-touch typing or pager input. It's somewhat different from cell phone input. You choose the consonant and then input the vowel. The consonants are A, K, S, T, N, H, M, Y, R, W. The vowels are A, E, U, E, O, no, I. Damn it! Okay, like a fun fact, like, it's so difficult for Norwegian sometimes to say the word I, or say the letter I, because that sounds like E in Norwegian, and E is that letter next to the O, which is E in Norwegian, so it's like, it is confusing for Norwegian. Let me try that again. The vowels are A, I, U, E, O. Basically, to input K, you press 2 on the input to input the consonant K, then you press 4 for the vowel E. This is a pain. Let's just send 831, 831, 831. That should do it.
Why 831?
8, yeah, 3, sa, 1, E for veggies. Yasai, duh. Veggies, veggies, veggies. We just have to drill this into Lukashi's mother's brain. So just pass that message off as a prank.
Then how about 292922929?
I'm going to regret asking this, but what does that mean?
Ni, 2, Q, 9 for meat. Meat, 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 meat.
Why do you want her to like meat?
That's not it. If you keep repeating meat, then she'll actually start to hate meat and you want to eat vegetables instead, don't you think?
No. Ferris. Sign of increasing misfortune.
Oh no, he escaped, yeah? If we don't find him and kill him, misfortune will fall upon Akiba, yeah? His name is the end of tutorial. He's small and nimble and he cries, choo choo, yeah? Come here quick, Ferris needs your help, yeah?
I can help, but it won't be cheap.
Oh, Ferris. Our little roleplay sessions are quite fun. Alrighty-o.
Lukaku completes his composition while we speak our nonsense.
How about something like this? Mom, eat veggies, okay?
Isn't that a little too vague?
Wouldn't she be put off by somebody like calling her mom? Or would you think, not sure.
And the first mom should go, that'll just make it harder to believe.
Then, eats lots of veggies to give birth to a girl. That's a little too direct, and it's over the character limit. Eat veggies for healthy kid.
Wait a sec. According to this conversion chart, it looks like you gotta use 2 more numbers for voiced consonants. So that sentence is 4 bytes over. Then a little modification. How about eat veg for healthy kid?
Isn't that a little too informal? You're talking to Uribishara-san's mother, you know? Would she understand the veg for parts?
You have any bright ideas?
Greaser shrugs her shoulders and says no more. Then it's settled. Come on, let's type it out!
When sending to a pager, the number encoded message is handled like a telephone number, so we enter the input into the X68000. *2*2 813 112 231 345 240 403 225 125 021 37493. The long, random-looking string of numbers is complete. Alright, we're good to go.
Oh, this is never gonna end well, is it?
Now we just activate the phone wave, name subject to change, and have Lukaku call.
The microwave timer is set to 100... Whoa, okay, no, that's not 100. It's 154,152 seconds. It should arrive around January 1st, 1993. The margin of error is around 1 to 3 days, I guess. Leap year calculation's a pain, so I ignored it. That's...
Lukaku's slender finger starts to tremble on top of the enter button. Ready? I'm starting it up. Lukaku looks at me with tears in his eyes, then nods faintly. Oh. The discharge phenomenon soon occurs. Lukaku flinches and takes a step back, but then I see determination flare in his eyes. He sets his jaw and pushes the enter button. Whoa. I think it worked. A wave of dizziness hits me again. I place a hand on the table to support myself. The dizziness slowly fades. Little by little, color returns to the world. Reading Steiner activated again. Did the world line change? I look around the room. Unlike what happened with Moeka, Lukaku is still here. He blushes when he notices my stare.
Okabe-san? Could you please not look at me like that?
Dots. I fold my arms and tilt my head. Lukaku's appearance hasn't changed a bit. I'm paying particular attention to his chest, and his chest, and his chest. As a guy, it's natural for him to have no breasts. But if he's a girl now, then that's a different story. That washboard isn't tiny breast level. It's no breast level. It didn't work? So the eat lots of vegetables to give birth to a girl thing Kurisu talked about was nothing but fringe science. What kind of scientist believes such a flimsy theory anyway?
What didn't work?
Everyone, including Lukaku, looks at me in confusion. Don't you remember? Just now we used a phone wave name subject to change to... I slap a hand over my mouth as soon as I start talking. That was careless of me. As our previous experiments proved, the activation of reading Steiner means that the world line has changed. And I'm the only one who carries his memories through the change. Nobody else here knows what we did. Sorry, it's nothing. Afterwards, Mayuri and Lukaku happily go out shopping for lunch at a neighborhood convenience store. Interesting.
So that message we sent did not help the gender, but it did make it so we now never got to the conclusion that we were gonna send a dmail to the past.
Christina, I want to ask you something. Is Lukaku...
What pervy acts are you thinking about this time? Can't be too careful around the pervy duo.
We're not a perv duo, we are pervy gentleman duo.
Whatever. Seriously, whatever.
Damn, I can't ask now. It's really annoying that no one remembers.
Well, just have a little feel. And see if you notice anything, I guess.
I don't want to think about how Karisu might react if I suddenly ask, is Lukaku a girl? I should wait until I can get Lukaku alone and check then.
You don't actually have to take my advice there. But considering how his appearance hasn't changed at all, it's very likely that the sex change failed. In that case, what did Lukaku's dmail change?
It's just like Moeka experiment. The result is different from what we expected. The real problem is that we have no control. After I leave the lab, I head to May Queen plus Neon Square to think. Darius is in front of me, waiting impatiently for Faris to bring out order. Daru, what do you think about dmail?
It's cool, but it's kinda lame at the same time.
What's lame about it?
I couldn't use it to win my Rain-up match against Faristan.
Oh, that's a selfish reason. As our experiments have shown, dmail still hasn't reached a reliable level of precision. A true time machine must remove luck from the equation. The phone wave, name subject to change, is useless unless we can somehow give the sender more control. For starters, there's the problem of how I'm the only one who can recognize the changes. Without my special power, we wouldn't even be able to check the results of the experiment. Ridiculous.
Yeah, we aren't getting results. What about the Lotto 6?
Pending. Although it was Lukaku's mistake that caught us the prize, he wouldn't have been in a position to make that mistake if I hadn't asked him to buy the ticket in my stead.
Okay, here comes from Mayuri. Sengoku cosplay? Still, you want to cosplay as a warrior from the Sengoku period? Alrighty, Mayushi will work extra hard to have something for a winter Kamima. I know it'll be popular with the girls. I'm not sure how to feel about that.
Mayuri, don't tell me you plan to sell me out to the enemy.
That girl. That girl. Alright.
Why did I do that? It's as if Steins guided the money away from my grasp. No, I need to think positive. Hoyin Kyuma will not let this keep him down. I won't give up, for I am a mad scientist!
I don't understand what you're saying, but you sure seem confident about it.
Someday we will improve the phone wave, name subject to change, so that it may be used to send things not only to the past, but also to the future. We'll improve it. No, we must improve it! For that is the choice of Steins Gate.
A time machine?
Faris is standing right next to me. Where the hell did she come from? Damn you, Faris! Eavesdropping is cowardly!
What do you mean? Your voice is so loud it echoes through the whole store, yeah? Then again, we always talk this roleplay bollocks with Faris, so she doesn't, like, need to... If we just play it off, she'll just think that it's part of our roleplay.
What? No! Once again, I need classified information concerning the future of mankind!
Here's your iced coffee and your iced tea and cat food. Thanks for waiting, Nyan.
Darius' order of cat food is one of the maid's cafe's specialties. It's not the usual miso over rice, but a stylish risotto instead. It's one of Darius' favorites. It's actually pretty tasty. Faris places the iced coffee in front of me.
Do you want milk and syrup, Nyan?
Never!
If Kyuma's gonna be like that, I'll pour it all in, yeah? You need sugar for a healthy brain, Nyan.
Despite my refusal, Faris pours all of the milk and syrup into my glass. Then, speaking some nonsense incantation, she mixes my iced coffee with the straw, and the whole time she stares straight into my eyes. There it is! Faristan's secret technique! Eye contact mix! Darius starts explaining in excitement. Most maids can't do it without spilling a little, yet Faristan makes it look so easy. That's why I love her. It's because of this secret technique that Faristan reigns supreme as May Queen's #1 maid. The iced coffee in the glass changes from black to brown. Damn, she's dragging me into her pace again. Next, Ferris performs the same secret on Daru. Thank you, Ferris-tan. I'll be sure to savor it. He bows deeply. Such a polite man. I take a sip of my iced coffee. Its bitterness and sweetness flow down my throat. When I look up, I see Ferris standing next to me, her silver tray in front of her waist. Do you need something?
I want to hear the rest, yeah? Kyum and Darinyan were having a fun little chit-chat, yeah? Something about a time machine. Ferris really wants to hear, Nyan.
She gives me a babyish look with upturned eyes. But I firmly reject her. It's top secret, not for outsiders.
And whose big mouth let the whole store hear, yeah?
That's...
Tell Ferris, Darinyan.
She's targeting Daru now. Don't underestimate him, Ferris Nyan Nyan. Daru is my most trustworthy right-hand man, the wizard-class super hacker. He won't be tricked into divulging classified information. We built an amazing machine that can send emails to the past. I did most of the work, of course. And he's broken. Women are scary.
True that. Is that a time machine, yeah?
I guess you could say that.
Wow, you're awesome, yeah? Your big brain makes my heart race, Nyan.
You made it? Now I'm embarrassed. Dumbass. What's with that grin?
Ferris dreams of going on a journey through time, yeah?
I'll bring you along someday. Daru, don't make promises you can't keep.
By the way, it's been bugging me, but what is time anyway, yeah?
What?
Time is often compared to a river, yeah? Flowing from past to future. But is that really how it is, yeah? If time is a river, then where's the present, yeah? Is it a point? Is it a line? Where does the present begin and end, yeah?
Now that you mention it, I only have a vague concept of time. Never gave it any serious thought. The present is a leaf floating on the river. It moves along with the flow from past to future.
So are we riding on that leaf, yeah? When you die, you fall off, Nyan?
You could say that. All points upstream from the leaf are the past. Downstream, the future.
Yeah. But is that leaf only the present for humans, yeah?
Meaning?
Humans make units to define and observe time, which is how we know this leaf is the present. But if every living thing in the universe went extinct, nothing would exist to observe the present, yeah? In that case, where would the present go, yeah? Wouldn't something like God or the will of the universe observe it? But what if God is a four-dimensional being who can freely move through time? Yeah, okay, now you're asking questions here. Four-dimensional space-time is comprised of the three spatial dimensions plus the fourth dimension, time. Three-dimensional beings like humans can only move in the three spatial dimensions. A four-dimensional being would be able to move through time as easily as humans can move through air. If God is the one who decided the present, then won't our present move with him, yeah?
This is hard. So what you're saying is that the present is subjective to the observer.
If we go with that assumption, then the past and the future also depend on the observer, Nyan? If Ferris were to use a time machine to travel back 1 week, then Kyuma and Darinyan's present would become Ferris's future, yeah?
I guess that makes sense.
So how does the leaf model reflect that difference, yeah?
Neither Daru nor I has an answer to that. Perhaps nobody has an answer, just like the collapse of causality thing that Kurisu mentioned. Does that mean that time machines and time travel are impossible after all? But CERN's jellified test subjects physically travel as far back as 1921.
Anyway, if everything depends on the observer, then clocks are meaningless, yeah? Fun times fly and hard times drag, yeah? In other words, the flow of time changes depending on your point of view, yeah?
Speaking of which, as you grow older, it feels like time starts to flow faster, doesn't it? Janet's Law. A perspective on the passage of time proposed by psychologist Janet. For some reason, as one ages, time seems to pass by more quickly. For example, 1 year is 1/7 of a 7-year-old's life, but only 1/70th of a 70-year-old's life. By this reasoning, the subjective length of time is inversely proportional to age. I get that.
Ferris thinks about this stuff sometimes, nya. I think time might not be something as simple as a river, nyan.
Yeah, the more you think about it, the more complicated it gets. Strict definition of time, similar to the question of where is the self, is one of humanity's eternal questions. Countless renowned scholars have left this question unanswered. There's no way amateurs like us can answer it. But there's one thing I can do.
Nya?
Fret not! Though physics and philosophy may deny us, our machine has made time travel possible. Am I correct, Daru? Yeah! That's right!
Yeah, looks like you guys have kicked reason to the curb, nya. But Ferris wants to use the time machine too, nya. Can I please?
Sure, I'll let you use it as much as you want, Ferris-tun.
Really, nya? Then it's a promise, nya.
Daru, don't decide things on your own. Ferris springs up with joy and hugs Daru's rotund body. That's all it takes to make Daru look like he's died and gone to heaven. Oh man. After killing some time at May Queen, I leave Daru and head back to the lab. The only person there is Mayuri. She's working on a costume. Heh, Mayuri, you're like a housewife, burning the midnight oil to bring a little more money home.
Midnight oil? Are we eating?
Ah, kids these days.
Besides, Miyushi doesn't charge for her costumes.
Seems like she understood the rest of what I said. It was just a joke anyway.
Hobbies should just be hobbies, you know? It makes me happy to see someone wearing a costume I made.
Do you want to become a designer? Come to think of it, Mayuri has never talked about her future.
No way, it's too hard.
Then what is your dream? Mine is to destroy the system and plunge the world into chaos.
Mayushi just wants to keep hanging out in the lab.
What? You want to be a lab man forever? I appreciate your enthusiasm, but this lab has no interest in profit. You'll always be hurting for food.
You know, Ikarin, we have 6 lab members now. Isn't it amazing? Mayushi never expected would grow this big.
That's a sudden change in topic. And for some reason, she's puffing her chest out in pride.
It's all because Mayushi became your hostage.
No, there's nothing to do with it. I tricked every last one of you into joining me with my masterful manipulations.
You shouldn't say things like that. And besides, you didn't trick me.
That's true. You came of your own volition. She joined the lab without my ever asking. When she appeared in the doorway and offered to join, I thought she was a goddess sent from heaven.
No, Corinne? Can Mayushi still be your hostage?
Is that a joke or a serious question? I can't tell. Is that what you want?
Well...
50 Shades of Mayuri. Mayuri drops the costume in her hands. And then she smiles shyly.
Maybe it is.
Such a masochist. I had no idea.
Huh? Exclamation point?
I mean question mark. That's not an exclamation point. Or a dot. Well, there's a dot there, but it's an exclamation. No, it's a question mark. Damn it.
But I mean, as long as I'm your hostage, Mayushi won't be lonely, and neither will Okarin.
I see. Sometimes Mayuri throws me off my game. But if that's her reason for staying at the lab, then I'm happy.
I'd better get going.
Mayuri stands up and starts putting away her various sewing tools. Mayuri. Want to get something to eat on the way back? My treat.
Really? You never treat me.
I'm in a good mood today.
Then how about Kitchen Gyro? Their minced cutlet is, god tier.
She'll get no argument from me. Just leave it to me.
Yay! I love you, Okarin! Mayushi is really happy.
Well, at least she's easy to please. Mayuri and I head for Kitchen Gyro. After that, I'll see her safely to the station. It's nice to have some more of those, like, more everyday things, like... That was more of like a romantic scenario. Like, I miss those. There's a lot of just like discussing science and time travel, and it gets a little wary. Catastrophe, nya? I told you, it's too late, nya? Too late? What are you talking about? You haven't told me anything. I spent the next morning doing laundry at the nearby laundromat. When I returned to the lab just past noon, Daru, Mayuri, and Carissa are all assembled. Thanks for coming in on a Saturday. Your devotion to science makes me proud. Yeah. Carissa sighs deeply. It's the middle of summer, but instead of going on vacation, I'm stuck in this sauna with a bunch of pervs. Where did I go wrong? She's really giving us a verbal beatdown. Wipe your tears, you experiment-loving girl without a single friend. I'm not crying. Besides, you're the one who told us to be here. Indeed, but the one who obeyed my orders and arrived on time was you.
Christian is actually a very honest and hardworking girl. That's what Mayuri thinks.
Mayuri smiles as she eats some nuggets from McD's. McD's, Dr. P and McD's, a fast food hamburger chain boasting top market share based in America.
That's what makes her so adorable. What? How could this girl say something like that while eating a nugget?
Don't let it bother you. That's just Mayuri's nature. I've been with her for a long time, so I'm used to it. A Yuri flag. I get it. A metafiction term refers to common methods of foreshadowing particular events. A death flag, for example, suggests that a character will die shortly. Death flags and romance flags are the most frequent, so when you see a Yuri flag, you better pay attention.
Please unget it. Here, Christian, have a nugget. Thanks.
While listening to their heartwarming banter, I go to put my laundry on the table. However...
Don't put that there, it's filthy.
I just washed them.
Like I care. What kind of guy puts his underwear in a girl's face? Have some decency.
If you're that interested in my underwear, then just say so.
What? I'm not interested at all. Come on, guys, no more talking about underwear. We're just trying to eat here, okay?
How can you say that when you're still shoveling nuggets into your mouth? Don't interrupt me! I end up putting my laundry in the changing room. As I explained to Daru yesterday, I've noticed something about the result of our experiments. Dmails have too many uncertain variables. We can never be sure what will happen when we send one.
It's not like we can do anything about that. After all, the result is up to whoever receives the mail. Of course, if you can analyze the recipient's psychology, then you might be able to manipulate them into doing what you want. Though that might be a bit too much for Hoyan underwear here.
You just wanted to say underwear, didn't you? Underwear aside, the fact is that dmail is still far from complete. I need a more reliable time machine before I can expose CERN and the organization and plunge the world into chaos. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is why I called you here today. The purpose of today's roundtable conference is... another roundtable.
If you want a roundtable conference that much, at least go buy a round table. Remember what Ogarin said, Christian? The round table is in our hearts. Mayuri-san, you're really innocent, but you shouldn't take everything Okaba says seriously. Really?
The round table doesn't matter now. More importantly, the purpose of today's meeting is to explore methods of true physical time travel, not just dmail, with the objective of sending someone to the past like CERN has.
Don't be ridiculous.
That was fast. She's glaring at me even harder than she was during the whole underwear thing.
CERN has the best equipment in the world, and even after 9 years, they still haven't succeeded. We can't possibly hope to accomplish something like that. You'll become a gel Ogarin.
Kinda sounds like Jero Froggy. Why did those things get popular anyway?
A series of plush giraffes featuring an ugly cute frog character which became a fad among high school girls in Shibuya 1 year ago. After Shibuya earthquake, the series was cancelled and popularity faded rapidly. Are you talking about this frog? I gotta figure out if the frog I have here is the same frog. Let's see. Are you dissing Gero Froggy? Oh my god, Gero Froggy's so kawaii. You have no idea what you're talking about, Daru. Shut up. This isn't a laughing matter.
Isn't it too early to give up? Haven't we already succeeded with dmail, a first in human history? But we're not the first. Didn't CERN do it before us? Humanity's first time-traveling email. For we who have achieved that miracle, nothing is impossible.
Such baseless confidence. Anyway, wasn't it just a coincidence that we discovered email? We still haven't figured out what's functioning as a lifter.
We just need to figure that out, don't we?
It's futile.
Ah, pessimists are so lovely.
How do you solve a problem that even CERN can't figure out? Like, that's one of the things that just piss me off the most. It's just constant pessimists. I get so angry. I think it's because I really used to be one too, but like I've been on recovery's road, so when somebody else acts like a pessimist, then that sort of brings me down too, and I'm just like, nope, not gonna let that happen.
Regardless,
if you can't set the destination, then you don't know where you'll leap to.
It'll pass on leaping into deep space, thanks.
I'll pass on.
Read English. That is a problem.
What if we get into, like, not too deep space? Is that more okay?
If you can't control where you end up, your time machine is worthless. Wait a second. We don't set the destination where we send the dmail, yet it still arrives where it's supposed to. How do you explain that?
Now that you mention it...
You set the mail address, right? Isn't that enough?
Is it? I don't think a phone signal can be received from millions of kilometers away. I bet you get a busy signal or something.
I stare at my phone. God damn you, Jero Froggy. Yeah. Maybe our cell phones are acting like black holes and white holes. The reverse of a black hole. While nothing can escape a black hole, everything is ejected from a white hole. It sounds rather dirty. The existence of white holes is hinted at theoretically, but actual proof is impossible. They have never been observed.
I feel like we've actually gotten like a lot of this list filled in already. It's pretty impressive. You shouldn't speculate like that. You have zero basis.
Is it possible that we form a wormhole?
No wormholes have ever been confirmed to exist.
I groan. Krizu and Daru fall silent. The problem has them stumped too. Mayuri is the only one smiling. She probably doesn't understand and is just smiling because she feels like it.
She's so cute though.
In any case, the cold hard truth is that dmails arrive precisely when and where we want them to. We're ahead of CERN in that regard. Now we can apply dmail technology to physical time travel. But with dmails you can only send 36 bytes of data. No way you can send a whole person with that kind of limit. It's the same problem that CERN is having and the reason their subjects turn into jellymen.
If you want to become Jellocarin, I'm not stopping you.
Dots. Recalling the fate of CERN's researchers makes my skin crawl. Kerr black holes, ring singularities, supergravitational space-time distortions. Big words. If you can adjust the lifter's volume of electron injection, you might be able to make the ring singularities naked. But even CERN is having a hard time controlling the lifter. Even if we do figure out what's functioning as the lifter in our time machine, I doubt we'll be able to solve the problem easily. Meaning that at the present, we can only send a mere 36 bytes of data. I wonder how much data there is in a human body. I bet it's more than an exabyte.
Oh, that's like 10 like times, or like not times, but like, well, sort of times 18. Prefixes are kilo, mega, giga, tera, peta, exa. Oh, so it's that big. Okay, yeah. I've actually never heard of a peta or an exagram, but that's probably a lot. 1 quintillion is 1 exa. It wouldn't be best to leave physical transfer aside for now. It would be best to leave physical transfer aside for now. Sending data through time is an amazing feat by itself. We should be satisfied with what we've got.
Sending data through time is enough, huh? Such pessimism is unbecoming of a scientist sworn to discover the secret of the universe.
I'm telling you to know your limits. If you're going to uncover the secrets of the universe, you need personnel, equipment, and funding to rival CERN's. It's one thing to set lofty goals, but this impoverished lab has no resources to speak of. I've been thinking, Maybe we should bring the phone wave to a proper research institution and entrust it to a specialist. CERN's keeping their time machine research top secret, so if we make an official announcement, it'll benefit the future of mankind. If we make an official announcement, the organization will become aware of my existence. Oh, come on, I'm being serious here. This isn't the time for your childish... And we've hacked into CERN. Those heartless bastards will do anything, even experiment on human beings, and behind them is a power greater than all the nations on Earth. If we make the phone wave, names shall to change public, they might have us erased. I'm also very skeptical about, like, making this information public, because a lot of people would be interested in it and you could probably just get wiped out and somebody could steal your technology. You watch too many movies. The name Committee of 300 appeared in actual CERN documents. Yeah, but... Cruise's tone weakens. Mayushi's kinda scared.
If they find out about our hacking, they'll seriously have us killed. I didn't make any mistakes that could give us away, of course. Also, and this is the biggest problem, I lower my voice and look hard at each of them in turn. If we go public, we won't be able to do cool stuff with dmails anymore. But why you... No way I'm giving up such an awesome machine. I am Hoyoyin Kiyuma, the insane mad scientist who rules space and time. What I desire is, that's right, chaos.
This guy's hopeless. Better do something quick. A quotation from a popular manga about death notes, spoken by the protagonist in reference to his female accomplice. Original quote, this girl's hopeless, I better do something quick, used to express exasperation. Is that something that, like, Light said to Misa? Like, the first time Misa appeared in his room, he was like, oh, this girl's hopeless, I better do something quick. I can't really remember exactly where it was from. I watched Death Note like a few weeks ago. At least the first half. Ah, okay. And a boop. But then again, you're just showing that you're an otaku. Huh? We get it already.
Everybody freezes. Christina, are you not chat?
Shut up! I'm not okay!
Tuts. Cruzy gives me her sharpest glare yet. Her eyes are so cold my spine turns to ice.
I nod and swallow what I was going to say.
That reminds me, Daru. Have you made any progress hacking into CERN? He did say it would take time to learn how to use the IBM 5100, but I know he's been coming to the lab every day to work on it. His monitor is always displaying some kind of program and his fingers are always busy on the keyboard. Yeah, right now I'm combing CERN's massive database. It would take years to read it all. For now I've passed everything that looks important to Makizashi for translation. Basically I've gone as deep as I can go. CERN belongs to me now. Thank goodness you're on my side. If only you weren't so weak to seduction. Christina, report on the status of these translations.
Can you stop talking like that? It's pretentious and annoying as hell. Hell! Star. Moira takes a cute idol-like pose and smiles for some reason. Hell! Or something, I don't know. Christian, as Okarin's childhood friend, I promise you'll get used to how he talks eventually. I just hope it doesn't take 10 years.
So you're saying you want to stay with me for 10 years? In other words, you want to work at this lab for the rest of your...
It was sarcasm, get it? Sarcasm.
Oh. Give me your report, Christina. If you don't, I'll call you an @Chandler.
Didn't you hear me the first time?
She glares at me again. My blood goes cold.
I've been working on the translation when I have the time, but so far I haven't seen anything new about time travel. It looks like CERN is still struggling to find a solution.
Maybe they'll have to wait another 24 years, like Teeter said. Daru, any other results?
Well, it looks like CERN's in the middle of a big project, so the LHC's at full operation. I'm trying to see if I can cut in and maybe use it secretly.
What? No way. Chris is stunned. Honestly, so am I.
Is that amazing?
It's not amazing, it's downright outrageous.
Super Heka, what a monster! A quotation from a classic manga about glass masks, used to express amazement at someone's incredible skill.
Hey Christina, are you doing that on purpose?
Doing what?
She's an ad channeler, no doubt about it. Anyway, I'm just doing it for laughs. It's not like we have any reason to use the LHC. It sounds like things are going smoothly. When do you begin stage 3 of the operation? What's stage 3? CERN's most secret forbidden domain. We're going to free the darkness hidden inside. In Japanese, please. The IBM 5100 database. I'm asking if you started hacking it yet. Daru frowns. We can't, remember? You said all we needed was an IBM 5100 of our own. Right, that's the problem. We can't do anything without one.
We don't have the IBM 5100 in this one. Huh? Did that disappear after we sent the mail with Moeka or after the mail with Lukaku?
Again, this feeling of disconnect. The conversation isn't making sense. But I got you an IBM 5100. You haven't started working on it yet? You got one? When? Dots. Puzzled, I look at Kurisu and Mayuri. Mayuri looks confused, like always. Kurisu meets my eyes and shrugs her shoulders.
First I've heard of it.
Impossible! That just can't be! I dash into the development room. The IBM 5100 I borrowed from the Yanabayashi Shrine should be on the shelf inside. It's in a cardboard box and it weighs 25 kilos, too heavy for a single person to carry. When I go to look, it's gone. It's no longer where I left it. The IBM 5100 was right here! Where did it go? I wonder if we can go back to the shrine. It would still be there if maybe Moeka has taken it. Everyone looks at me in surprise. Why are you staring at me like that? The legendary PC that was donated to Yanabayashi Shrine. You've seen it, remember?
I don't remember.
Donated to Yanabayashi Shrine? Well, that's stupid.
You sure you weren't hallucinating? It's hot these days.
Dots. Despair drags me down like quicksand. We can't hack that database without the IBM 5100. Who stole it? The organization? CERN? CERN is a possibility. Maybe they noticed our hacking and stole the IBM 5100 from the lab. That's stupid. They'd burn down your lab. No. Even if they could steal the IBM 5100 from the lab, they can't steal Mayuri and Daru's memories of it. What happened? Kiryu Moeka. Maybe I should check with her first. Could someone other than Moeka have stolen the IBM 5100? I consider the possibilities. The next name that comes to mind is... Don't tell me it was John Teeter! Of course, Teeter's goal was to obtain an IBM 5100, and I already contacted him several times, but how did he get my personal information?
Well, you're not seeing it. They don't have memories of it, which means that it wasn't stolen. You've changed the past somehow, and you've changed the past 2 times recently, so during one of those 2 phases, something happened, which means that you don't have the IBM 5100 right now.
Well, I'm trying to decide whether I should send a mail. Kurisu tells me to calm down. A high school girl is chiding me. She dares make a fool of Hoyu and Kiyuma! Irritated, I explained the purpose of the IBM 5100 and how I came to obtain one. During that time, I also sent Moeka a mail for confirmation. Okay, I got an IBM 5100. Did you know? This is strange. Where has our machine gone, guys and girls?
The IBM 5100 may have disappeared as a result of changes someone made to the past.
Oh, so you believe me?
But from my perspective, all of the dmails we sent so far were trivial. There was one that we sent when we first realized that Phone Wave Chan was a time machine, right?
The one that said Okurin is a perv.
And during that preliminary dmail experiments, I sent dozens to Okabe's phone, but they were all insubstantial, so I don't think they could have changed the past.
I sent 2 of them when I was trying to win the match against Ferris.
There was one more, the first mail Okabe accidentally sent that said I was dead.
But from my perspective, we sent several more.
You mean how you sent the winning lotto 6 numbers, and now Luka-chan bought a ticket with those numbers but didn't win? But nobody aside from Okaba remembers him sending it.
But I showed you guys afterwards. It was still in my phone's survival history.
We were so close. Is that all?
No, there's more. Mueka and Lukaku each sent a dmail.
Oh, right, that's what you claim, but Ashida, Mayuri-san, and I don't remember either of those. Oh, Mayuri's getting a headache.
I already told you guys. I'm the only one who keeps his memories after the world changes.
So according to your perspective, when did the IBM 5100 disappear? Did it just happen? When's the last time you remember seeing it in the lab?
Well, I put my index finger to my forehead and searched my memories. IBM 5100. IBM 5100. I'm sure it was August 3rd. I remember it being in the lab on August 3rd.
Nay says you're scary. LMAO. She likes me though. It's nice, like having a little sister. Gotta take care of her. Plus she's my excuse to skip work. LMAO. Wonderful. Are you certain?
I think so. So many things have happened. My memories are a jumble. Let's go over the event which led to me obtaining the IBM 5100. I heard that Faris was the retro PC maniac who knew about the IBM 5100. I learned that 9 years ago she donated her IBM 5100 to Yanabayashi Shrine. I asked Lukaku's dad for help and he lent me the IBM 5100 just like that. Mission complete.
Which makes me think that the mail we sent to Lukaku's past could have possibly changed this one. But it also could have changed Mueka's one if she's somehow like... I'm not sure.
At the very least, Faris and Lukaku should remember what happened. I should give them a call.
Can I actually give them a call now? That's all, like... Oh, okay, now I call. Now I can. Hello, Kabe-san. Please forget what you saw the other day.
I saw something?
My cosplay.
Oh, that. That was just Lukaku getting embarrassed for no reason. More importantly, I have questions about the IBM 5100.
The IBM 5?
IBM 5100. About 9 years ago, someone dedicated a retro PC to Yanabayashi Shrine. That's the one. Know anything?
That's... yes?
He remembers! Lukaku really remembers! Just a while ago, I came to the shrine looking for it, didn't I? And then I asked your old man and he let me borrow it, right?
I don't...
Right?
I don't remember anything like that.
What? Is this another effect of changing the past? The IBM 5100 was at the shrine though, right? Is it there now?
I don't know the details.
Where are you now? Is your old man there?
No.
Damn. Okay, sorry for calling you so suddenly.
No problem. I'm sorry that I couldn't help.
The IBM 5100 was at Yanabayashi Shrine. That's a fact. And Lukaku knew that. I need to check if it's still there or not. Could the IBM 5100 have returned to the shrine? Did that huge retro PC sprout legs and trot back? That's just silly. But gel bananas have teleported out of microwave. Mueka also instantly moved from the lab to somewhere else. Considering that, it's entirely possible that the same thing happened to the IBM 5100. Maybe I should go check later. Next is Faris. Faris-chan, let me call you up, girl. Okay, do you want me to press her name? Or not? Okay, I guess not. By the way, I haven't told Faris my phone number. I'm afraid that if I talk to her on the phone, she'll drag me into her usual nonsense. Okay, so we have to, like, send her a message. Faris... Wait, how do I, like, compose a message? I don't know if I actually can compose a message. No. Okay. So there's only one option. Myri, I need to contact Ferris.
Huh?
Myri's eating an eclair. She must have stuck some in the fridge when I wasn't looking.
Want one, Ocarin? They're delicious.
Now that she mentions it, Karisu and Daru are eating too. You people don't have a care in the world, do you? There's some crazy stuff happening here.
Or it could all be in your head. No need to panic.
It's not just in my head. It's not!
You need Ferris-chan for something? I wonder if she's working today.
Ferris Town's off today. Well done, Daru. You know Ferris' schedule's better than her co-worker. I award you the title of Ferris Stalker. You know her phone number, right? See if you can get a hold of her.
Okay.
Myri takes out her phone and makes a call. After a short wait, Myri smiles.
Ferris-chan, good afternoon, Nyan. It's Mayushi, Nyan.
Oh, good afternoon, Nyan. Of course.
Nyan?
Alright, this is the first time Karisu has heard Mayuri speak Nyan.
Sorry to bother you on your day off. Ocarin said he wanted to talk to you about something. You want to talk to him? Huh? You know, Ocarin. Kyuma? Who's Kyuma?
The hell are they talking about? By the way, Ferris is the only person who calls me by my true name, Hoyun Kyuma. I'm thankful for that, but she still drives me crazy.
I'm handing you over, okay? Here you go, Ocarin.
I take Myri's phone. What is she wearing? Ferris's face is displayed on the LCD. She's wearing cat ears, even though it's her day off. It's me, Hoyun Kyuma.
Meow. How unusual for Kyuma to contact me, yeah?
There's something I need to ask you. Long ago, you donated a retro PC to Yanabayashi Shrine. Am I mistaken?
Nyan.
What's Nyan supposed to mean, yeah? Oh crap, I started to talk like her. Karisu bursts out laughing. Looks like she heard.
It means you're right, Nya. Though I didn't know it was called the IBM 5100 until recently, Nya.
What? Why recently?
Darunyan told me, Nya.
So that's it. At any rate, Ferris has confirmed that the IBM 5100 was at Yanabayashi Shrine. So did the IBM 5100 disappear from the lab after I retrieved it? No, Karisu and the others lost their memories of me bringing it back to the lab, so I'm considering two possibilities. One, I went to the shrine but didn't acquire the IBM 5100, it's still at the shrine. Two, before I went to the shrine, someone moved the IBM 5100 somewhere else. Looks like I'll have to go to the shrine after all.
So what about the retro PC, Nya?
Nothing. Paris was some retro PC maniac, wasn't she? Let's just make sure. Do you have any other information on the IBM 5100? It's a super rare PC. As a Charisma build made, I expect you to have a strong network in Akiba, correct? I'd like you to use that network and search for any IBM 5100s in Akiba now. We only need to find one. It doesn't matter if it's the one I found at the shrine.
Yeah. I can look, but for a price, Nya.
A price? Is she trying to strike a deal? That's unexpected. Let's hear it.
I want you to come over to Ferris's apartment, Nya.
Where's this apartment of yours? Oh, Daru's gonna flip. I quickly prepare a memo pad and write down the address Ferris recites. Ah, so you live in Akiba. That'll make things quick. Judging by the address, it should be right next to the station.
I'll be waiting, Nya.
I return Myri's phone and stand up from the couch. Let's stop by Yanabayashi Shrine and then head to Ferris's place. Daru had no objections? Oh well, we're going to Ferris's place. What is going on? Tune in next time to hopefully get some more clues as to what's going on. So have a still good day, take care and stay awesome. But most importantly everybody, stay dark. Goodbye.